Hey everybody, it's Mary at Your Art or Us. I hope you guys are doing well. I am going to paint a Candy Crew fall indoor design. It's a round, it's 20 inches. Looks like this. Very last minute, I decided to change this from gray to white. I'm going to show you why here in just a second. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to roller this, and then when I'm painting everything else, this will dry. There we go. Something like that.
Hi, Miss Debbie. Hi, Pam.
Hey, how are y'all doing today? It is what? Is it Wednesday, Connie?
It's Wednesday.
Wednesday. All right. Okay. So I'm going to be painting the Candy Crew. This is one of our fall indoor designs. That's a 3D design. And I think this might be, is this the first one I've done as far as a live on the indoor stuff? I'm not sure. All right. So I'm going to show y'all how easy this is. When we're doing these 3D designs, they're one of the reasons that I started and chose some of these is they're very simple. Okay? So it's not going to take a lot of skill level, and you're going to glue them all down. They're going to look good at the end. Now, notice what I'm doing. I have started with the number 13 light yellow on my background, and I like that color, but I think it's a little boring. So we're fixing to make it a little bit more interesting. All I did was take some white paint and put a lot of water in it. Okay.
Hi, Joanne.
And then I'm kind of come back off of it a little bit.
These are such good projects for beginners to get their confidence level up.
And remember, this is just my background. Now, you get another brush. Hold on, that's the wrong brush. Of course I have the wrong brush. I have
Christina.
3 brushes to choose from, y'all.
Happy birthday, Miss Debbie.
Happy birthday, Debbie.
Everybody wish Miss...
She's 29, y'all.
Happy birthday to Miss Debbie.
She's 29 and Holden.
29 and Holden.
Why they would always say the and Holden part. But they do. So I took another brush because I had a little bit more white paint than what I wanted. And I just took a dry brush and just started moving that white paint around. Okay? So, here's what I'm going to do.
Hi, Shirley.
I'm going to do the same thing, or same concept. Now, if you come to the paint party, obviously, we will be showing you how to do all of this. So you can do this design at home if you want to order the blank, or you can come to our paint party. And if Debbie would be so kind as
If the birthday girl would be so kind.
to do work on her birthday.
And the peeps are wishing her a happy birthday. Happy birthday to Miss Debbie. Hi, Lisa.
Love me some Debbie. She's always taking care of me.
If it's your birthday today, also let us know.
Yeah,
We're all about some birthdays
we'll
around
say
here.
Birthday to everybody. All right. I just decided to give it a little bit more of a look of a border. If you don't like that sort of thing, then you don't have to do that. But to me, that gives it a little bit of interest.
I like the border look, I gotta say.
Yeah, it gives it a little bit of interest, and I didn't spend a lot of time doing it. Okay, we're going to let that dry.
Y'all, I'm chewing a really good piece of gum, so let me know if I'm smacking, because I don't mean to be.
Chomping and a whomping, huh?
Every time I'm in a bad mood, I chomp on some gum, and it always makes me feel better.
Connie hasn't felt good today, so I don't know if she's necessarily in a bad mood. She just really hasn't felt good. Well, some days are like that. I was that way yesterday, y'all. I was having all kinds of issues on Monday and Tuesday. Today things better. So,
Miss Pam, I hope your day gets better.
is she having a bad one too? I hope not, because that's just like, ugh.
Boo!
Yeah, when you have a bad day, it's like.
Look, I've been watching little dolphins and doggies swimming together. If
Does
you
that
can't,
help you get out of a
it
bad
does.
mood?
It does. And also Izzy has been all snuggled up to me all day. You know, I have a little dog that she don't really like to particularly be loved on. She's just doing her own thing. She's going and chasing lizards.
She's a cat.
And she is. If it's her idea and she's cold, then she'll love on you for a minute. Hi, Mary Kay.
Not really.
But she's been loving on me all day long, so.
That's good. Okay, so I have my Candy Crew characters.
It's good.
These are all gnomes and well, 2 of them are gnomes, and I guess one of them is a gnome mummy. Then, so I just put a few polka dots up here. And what I'm going to do too, I like the idea of doing this. So if you don't really are not wanting to deal with shading in a brush, you can always do something like this. Just kind of come at it at the angle, just like that. See, I'm just kind of coming at it. Don't do this. Don't go from the top.
Can I see the side of it? There you go.
Yeah, go from the side. So watch it, and you just get a little bit of a good look there. Let me move my fingers out of the way, y'all. Something like this. See, I'm just kind of going to the side right there.
Hi, Holly.
Something. I'm not going to do the top because he's got a lot of jiggy-jaggies going on, and I don't think I can do it successfully. So I'm going to call that good. That just gives that little piece to this little guy a little bit more interest than if we didn't do anything. That's all it is.
Miss Debbie said she got her usual card from Your Daughter Us for her birthday.
I saw that. I think she has her son to thank for that.
Yay.
Yeah. What a cool son, Debbie. What a
Hi,
good
Bryce.
son.
It's good to see the fellas joining us.
All right. Okay. So I've got some shading flesh is what we call it. And I want to do a little bit on his nose and on his hands. So now obviously I know how to shade very well. I've done that for years and years and years, but not everybody does. And the designs on these is all about anybody should be able to do these. Okay, whether you know how to paint or shade or not. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just taking this and kind of going from the side and giving it a little bit of an outline.
And what we're working on, y'all, is we're working on this photo. We're going to create this photo here.
Yeah. I wish I had the sample. It's at the store. The other one, the real one, the first one.
The Candy Crew.
The Candy Crew. That's what we're doing. So we got to make them a little bit interesting. And if you come to the party, you're going to see we're going to have little, what do you call, sponges everywhere. We've got a bunch of them. And I've ordered some more because we'll be using them. But notice how just a little bit of that color on the side just makes it a little bit more interesting. And it doesn't take very much time, really.
It's an easy way to outline because I saw somebody say earlier in one of our groups that they didn't do the outlining. But this is such a simple way to do it, y'all.
Yeah. So even if you're doing a big piece of yard art and you don't want to outline that perimeter of it, you could always do it with this.
In these pieces, you don't have to be perfect.
Nah,
you really never do have to be perfect, but especially with these.
Especially these. And notice what the strategy I adopt, which I think is probably a good one, is do all of your light color pieces at the same time. Whatever color you have on your sponge, go look for all the pieces that color would work on. In this case, it's flesh. And in that little bit of time, I've done all my flesh. Not hard at all. Not really a big deal. Okay. Now for this guy, he seems awfully dark. And so what I'm going to do, I think this is, let me see that photo. Yeah. Excuse me. I'm going to pick this brush up.
Hi, Sherry.
Maybe this one, y'all. Maybe this one. And I'm going to kind of and I'm not going to try to be precise. I'm just going to start putting some on there.
Some shading?
Yeah. Because he seems kind of a little bit too dark, right? I like bright and bold. There we go. Now this is his mustache over here, y'all. You could pick this up and do it just like I did that. Or since I have this, I'm just going to do I'm not trying to be precise. I'm just going to put some brush strokes on there. Dry brushing is what I'm doing right now. That's basically it. And then I got this little fella. He's in gray too. So I'll get a little bit more paint. And these things don't take a lot of paint. Those are going to be his teeth. Just going to kind of come down here. And just do that.
Hi, Brandy.
I'm not trying to be, anything other than just putting some on
This is
there.
what we're creating here.
Yeah.
So if you just joined us, we went ahead and the yellow was already painted background and we put some strokes on, white strokes to give it kind of a frame.
Mm-hmm.
And then This is a really simple project, y'all. You just do them paint them one at a time.
Yep.
Any
And so-
beginner is going to have a lot of success with this. That's why
Yeah.
Mary had wanted some parties where beginners would be really comfortable, because we want you to leave our parties feeling really successful, taking home a really gorgeous piece. And so she found some simpler pieces that you guys could feel really successful at, but they're also interesting and fun enough that even our
Right.
experts would enjoy them as well.
Exactly, and that
For sure.
way you leave the party with. I think we've had several ladies post on our thing. They've already bought some designs as blanks and taken them home, and they're like, Mary, these are so fun to paint, and they're so easy, and they're fast.
And what I love seeing is people
Yeah.
that have never posted their work
I know.
before,
They've
but
been
have been a
posting.
member for a while,
Yeah.
and they are finding success with these. And so if you've been kind of nervous and for whatever reason, you just aren't confident with your painting, sister, or brother, here's the time to join
Exactly.
in, because you will get these.
Yeah. Just something like that. And you don't even really have to show that picture, Connie. I don't think what picture we did a lot of shading with this.
I think so,
And on that
Cheryl.
picture.
Cheryl said this looks like the project for her. You just
Yeah.
paint each piece individually, and then we put them all together.
And yeah, we're going to show you
And
that.
this doesn't look like a beginner project. It
Right.
looks really good.
But look at that photo. I didn't do a lot of shading on the edges of that, and it still looks good. Now, I'm going to do it tonight because when I go live, y'all know I always think I got to diddy it up some. But you can do it with shading, what I'm calling shading, or not. It's really easy.
And see, look at this piece. This piece is the solid gray. And just a couple of strokes here on this one. She has completely transformed it, and y'all saw how simple it was. She's not even using a paintbrush. She's just using a sponge.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, Miss Cindy. She said she loved it. It was fun.
Yeah.
And
Oh, Cindy
easy.
Evans, is that Cindy? She was at the store
Cindy
the other day.
Evans, yes.
Yes. She was at the store, I think it was yesterday, and she bought a couple of blanks. Cindy, make sure you post your work so we can see.
I think I
cute.
saw one of hers earlier.
She might have. Mm-hmm. Now, if you want to delete that would look really good, or
I love the bright colors.
take the other end of your little, what do you call this, sponge, your sponge handle, I guess, and watch what I do.
And I love these bright colors. Y'all, when I
Yeah.
see work that doesn't have bright colors on there, I'm just like, man, sisters, y'all got to get you some bright colors in
Get your
there.
brights on.
It's so, I love really bright and clean colors. It
Yeah.
seems to catch my eye the most.
See, y'all, just a few little dots, and that's what I did to make my candy interesting. Now, I'm not in any way suggesting you have to do that, but I'm just giving you options that, when you're at home and you're painting, you might want to look at the video, or we'll put a picture of this up. And if you are like me, I'll take a screenshot of it and I'll go back and look at it when I'm painting. And you might want to add a little bit of this on there.
Thank you so much for sharing, Miss Debbie. Y'all, Miss Debbie, again, is the birthday girl. Don't forget to wish her
Yeah.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
she's,
Debbie.
She's our right-hand lady. She's our favorite.
She's always sharing and all kinds of stuff for us. So, in just a little bit of time, you don't have to put polka dots on everything, but it's a really simple way to add some interest. And
see,
y'all,
on
we
the-
gotta be interesting.
Exactly. On
Ain't
the
nobody wanna
picture,
be boring.
on the picture, we didn't really divvy up our candies, and
Right.
see how just a couple of dots and some bright colors.
Well, what I'm
really
gonna
just
do
transform it.
is I'm going to post this one that I'm doing, which is probably the second or third one I've done.
Hi, Brian.
And I'm going to post the first one I did, and you'll see the difference. So even people like me get better.
Hi, Kim. Are you tardy to the party?
Tardy to the party. You get better when you do it a few more times. That's why by the time I have this paint party, I will have painted this probably about 4 times. There we go. Nothing to it, y'all. I'm going to go ahead for good measure. I got to put some on here.
Y'all could
But
also
you know
do
what?
stripes if you
You
wanted
can do
to.
stripes, yeah. I'm gonna have to do
I
it,
love the dots.
Yeah.
Me and Mary both, we're in love with the dots.
as y'all can tell. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit of magenta purple, red
Ooh,
purple.
that'd be pretty.
And you're just taking the back of that and just doing that. That's all I'm doing. We have a lot of fall indoor projects, and we'll be selling the blanks and all that. So you can't come to a party and you want to paint your own. We've had several ladies, they have a little group and they'll meet on Friday nights and they'll paint a project.
That's awesome.
And it's fun. So Connie, show them all my candies. These are my candies, y'all. Who doesn't like candy? And again, anybody can do that. It doesn't take much at all.
And all she did was turn over her sponge and dotted. That's it.
That's it. Very
simple.
Very, 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 very simple. Now watch what I do here, y'all.
But especially with the outlining, it looks like you really did something there.
Yeah.
Hi, Miss Debbie T.
So I'm going on my little handle of my pumpkin handle. I'm going to do the whole thing in that color on my handle, right? And I'm just going to kind of come over here. And notice I'm going at an angle, kind of hitting it from the side a little bit. Not a lot of paint. These are indoor projects, so you don't have to use the paint from us. You can actually just use any acrylic paint that you can get at Home Depot, Hobby Lobby, wherever, or whatever you have at home. Really, that's what I do. So this is kind of dark. So here's what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to go with something like this.
And the fun thing is the experimenting. If you don't like it, just paint over it.
Yeah,
that's what Ashley
exactly.
and Mary always say. If you don't like it,
Paint
just
over it.
let it dry and then just paint all over it.
I wish life's mistakes were like that.
Right.
Why? That's not right, y'all. I'm just going to put a little bit of white on here. Okay. Now, this little guy needs some paint on him because I actually painted him the wrong color to begin with. So here's what I need to do.
And this is the picture that we're going off of, y'all. So as soon as we're done, we'll have another version of this.
Yeah. On that picture, you notice I did not do a lot of outlining or polka dots or anything. And it still looks cute.
And it's so good that we're doing them here because it shows you how easily you can just transform a very, very simple project with just a few strokes, really.
Yep. We're going to start gluing this thing down pretty quick, y'all. See how easy that is? So, yesterday I had a lot of technology problems. I think I got them all solved, most of them solved today. So as you can bet, my life was going a little bit better today. And had some meetings, which I don't really like to do that, but that's what you have to do sometimes to keep all the balls up in the air, so to speak. But
she's got a lot of balls to keep up in the air,
yeah.
I gotta say.
But coming on here and painting and talking with you guys, that's really the best part of the day.
Painting and visiting.
Painting and, well, let's just say it, painting and jibber-jawing. That's what we do.
The other day, me and Mary were in here. Y'all, we're sisters. Every once in a while, we might tend to get a little bit loud, and we were hooping and hollering what they say in the country folks, what the country folks say, and all of a sudden I heard the door to the side of the art room close very quietly. So I guess Bruce had came in here to see what in the world was going on, and he must have thought, okay, I'm just gonna leave them alone, whatever they're doing.
Yeah, he doesn't try to get involved with us, y'all. I think, in all honesty, what he really does try to do is ignore us.
Hey, it's not always easy to ignore us. Hey, Crystal.
We're loud. We're loud.
We like to laugh and cut a rug a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm good, y'all. Now.
The fun part.
Huh?
The fun part of putting it all together.
Yeah. Here's the thing. This is almost like putting together a little bit of a jigsaw puzzle. So I did my background. Okay. Got that. Now comes the fun part. I'm going to have to set all my pieces aside and let them. I kind of have a little. I think it works better if I try to kind of dry fit them on here. Okay. So what that means for me is I would put all my pieces where I think they're going to go. Just kind of putting them in here. M, D, and then here's my Y.
And we'll have them all penciled off for you. There's really, you don't have to do a whole lot of thinking.
Yeah, this has actually got etching on here that's showing me where it goes.
And that's how yours will be.
I don't know if the camera can see that, but it does. See that little etching there?
Maybe they can pick that up.
Yeah, got a little bit right here. Just tells you where your pieces go. That's all it does. See, like this fits into there.
How cute is that?
Let's see.
Miss Debbie said she can't find this template on the website.
The template, no, but the blank, it's not on there, Debbie?
So only the blank, Miss Debbie.
Yeah, not the template. We don't sell the templates on these. Just the blank. But thank you, Debbie, for asking that. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to put my candies where I know they should go, right? And then this little guy, I don't know that we'll get him done tonight because he started out, I just had him the wrong color, but we're going to put him right here for good measure so we'll know. And what it may happen, by the time I get all this glue down, he may be dry. All right, so then I've got to do, this little guy goes here.
She's already been sharing the blanks in the comments. So if you guys want to buy a wooden blank of this to do this yourself, by all means, follow the link. We're also going to do this as a paint party if you want to get together with us and chew the fat and have some fun. And this is the one to hit.
Ridiculous. Is basically what she said.
Laugh and
y'all, where does this go? I think this goes with this guy. There's a lot of pieces. That's why I got that photograph right there, because look, I'm not that bright, y'all. Some days, I don't know, I'm not even sure how I get out of bed, but hey, whatever. Other days, I think okay, this is the truest of stories.
You're going to tell it?
There's sometimes, y'all, I'll do something, and like I've been trying to achieve something or learn something, and I get all excited, and I'll be like, man, I'll call Bruce in my office or wherever I'm at, and I'm like, Bruce, did you know I'm a genius? I'm a genius. Look here what I figured out. He just looks at me and rolls his eyes. I ain't kidding you. 5 minutes later, I can't do a simple thing like find where my shoes are or tie my shoes. So I'm not sure.
1 minute it's Bruce. The next minute it's Bruce. Oh, Lord.
I don't know if y'all have those moments, but I sure do. It's like, what the heck? I can't even figure out how to tie my shoes today. Okay, so then I think this guy needs a mustache. This guy does. Okay, so we're getting somewhere now, y'all. We're cooking with gas, I think. Here we go. These little feet go down here. And just a little bit of interesting things that I did on the details. Now, I didn't get a chance to show y'all this because we actually had that painted, but kind of show them the, that's what we call ombre look. And all I did was paint those with a sponge, a red color, let it dry, and come back with a sponge and did a little bit of shading red. That's all I did.
And this would be such a fun project for Mom and me, Pop and me, Grammy and me. These are easy enough to where I think the kiddos would have fun also.
Yeah. Any kid can do this. Well, honestly, let's just be honest. Probably some of the kids could probably do it
Better than us?
Better than us. That's okay. So here we go, y'all. Making progress. I got to make sure I get my noses in here. Because even though these noses look identical, they're really not. Nope, that one's too little. That one I think is going to work. Okay. So this little guy, I'm being very delicate with him because he's still wet. That goes there. And then I got to get my mustaches in here. In here. See, you just dry fit them like this until you figure you have them where you want them. And got my little hands, because you've got to be holding that. This goes in here like this, and then we're going to start gluing. Yeah, see, he's cute. He's a cutie. He's a cutie. All right, now what goes in here? This little fella goes like that. Oh, yeah, he's kind of short. I forgot. He's a little shorty guy. He's a little shorty guy. Hey, we have to have
don't forget your ew.
My what? Oh yeah, gotta have that. So just this little bit of time we've been on, y'all can see these are gonna be the hands for my little guy right here that's not quite dry, so I'm gonna set him aside. So I'm gonna turn this over. Here's where we're at so far, y'all. Okay? Now, I'm going to do some gluing. So look at the photo. This is the first one I did. Okay? I did not do anything to the background except a solid color. And I did not do any little shading on the edges. Here I started with the yellow background and I just did a little bit of white paint in the middle with some watered down and a little bit of shading yellow.
Look, just
And
a
then-
little bit of stroking.
Yeah, just a little bit of difference. Not much. We haven't been on live very long. And
see
Connie,
your
can you
glue?
show them, can they see that part right there? So,
I don't think so.
it's actually got a little bit of an etch on there, meaning it shows you right where to put these words, or letters in this case. So what I would do is just kind of do like that. Now when I put glue on, the secret to this, y'all, is you don't want to get crazy. You don't want to try to do every little bitty space. So I stick to the wider, bigger areas.
And can I see the your glue?
Yes,
first in just
yeah,
a
just a
second?
second. We'll put it on. Any fast
Stick
drying
fast.
glue I think would do, honestly.
CA thick.
I get that off Amazon. Not saying you have to use that, but what I do think is do a little bit goes a long way. Don't get crazy. You put a lot of glue under there, it's going to ooze out when you put it on your sign.
Little
A
dabble
little
do you?
bit. I wouldn't try to put any over here because that's such a skinny little area.
Hey Donna, it's stick fast, CA thick. We get it on Amazon. You can
get
get
it on
anything.
Amazon.
Basically, it's just a little wood glue. That they couldn't use Elmer's glue, could they?
Well, I would think if you're going to leave it inside, you could probably get away with Elmer's glue. But if you're going to use this as a door hanger, like if you're putting it on your front door, I would worry about that. Because, now this is an indoor project, so it cannot take direct rain or moisture like you cannot. If you have a porch that gets,
Donna.
your front door doesn't get any water on that, then this is good. If your front door gets a lot of water on it, don't use this as a door hanger. I'm just telling you, that's not good. And there'll be people out there who want to argue with me and say MDO will last outdoors.
There's a
Or
lot of
MDF.
people that say that. I see them all
doesn't.
over the place.
That's a lot of wishful thinking. But whatever. I'm not.
Or maybe they don't live in extreme temperatures
maybe
like
they don't
we
live
do,
in
because
South
it sure
Texas.
doesn't last here.
It doesn't last here. Yeah, it does not. Now MDO, yes, that's what we do our yard art out of, but not MDF. All right, now just kind of glue that down. So I have the word candy and the word crew where I want them. Now I'm just kind of visually getting up and just looking. Let's see. I think this little fella needs to come down some. So that means that candy needs to come down. Hey, I hope I haven't lost his leg. Oh, I didn't. Okay, good. Y'all, it's harder to keep up with these little parts than you think. Yeah, this little leg is supposed to be like this, and this little guy, I think, is supposed to be kind of kicking it out. That's what we did over here. Okay, so now I'm ready to, I think I have my candies where I want them. Just make sure we're good. So that's gonna go there. Okay, so I'm gonna glue my candies right quick, and then you notice I kind of work from the outside to the end.
And there'll be a place there for you. So
And this comes with rope. The blanks come with rope. That this is pre-drilled, and it'll come with a sisal rope that's a 1/4 inch. I'll show you that rope in a minute. I think it's over there. I'll show it to you. There we go. I'm gonna do our candy there. I'm gonna do our candy there. There we go. Now, I'm going to kind of just dry fit this and make sure I feel like this is really where I want it. I'm looking at this and just kind of saying, this is etched behind here, but even within that etching, you can move it around some. Okay. All right, so we got our little guy here. I'll put him there. Got that? Okay. And when you're painting this, a lot of the secret to it is try to keep the paint off these edges. The more paint you have on the edges,
Hi, Terry.
the harder it's going to be for you to get this to interlock with the next piece. These are almost like little puzzle pieces, y'all. That's kind of what they're like. Now, I've got this in there already, so I'm going to glue these together, even though they're two separate pieces. I'll glue them down at the same time.
And I notice sometimes when I go back and look at comments, we don't always see your comments. So if you make a comment and ask us a question and we don't answer the question, it's only because we did not see it.
Right.
If you
Well,
want
it
to.
doesn't always show me
It
every
don't.
comment. To me, it doesn't.
It doesn't. So ask
Oh,
it
haters.
again.
Yeah, don't be shy.
Tag us if you need to. Hi,
And you
Kitty.
can, you
Hi,
even
Terry.
have permission, y'all. You can say, look, you old heifers. I've been asking this
Quit
question.
that jibber jawing and answer my question.
And y'all ain't answered my question very one bit. Answer it right now. That's what I tell Bruce sometimes. I'll say, I need it right now. He's like, whatever.
We don't necessarily glue them together and then glue them to the board. That was her question.
I really can honestly say I don't think I have a specific way of doing it. I just kind of like, I did the nose and the beard together because I know those pieces are really close together. And they need to kind of be together.
I think it also depends on how heavy the piece is too.
Mm-hmm. See, you guys, little hands. Okay. So I'm looking at this little guy here. Okay. I think I'm good. Oh, Lord.
Let me know if you're having trouble
Could I
seeing.
sound any more hick? I think I'm good.
You sound country.
Mm-hmm.
This is this lady told me the other day.
Did she?
Oh, I know you're from the country, but what country is it? And I'm like, we
What do you
don't,
mean?
we don't know sometimes.
What do you mean? Yeah. Hey, we got what we got, y'all. It is what it is. Okay. Yeah, I'm good. Just like you would put a puzzle piece together. I kind of dry fit it, get it where I want, and then I put glue on it. And make sure it fits with the pieces around it. Okay, now I'm going to put these teeth in last. Well, let's see, maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe I'll put, see, these are separate pieces, but I've got them all together. So because they're so tiny, here's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do it, and again, I don't try to put glue every single place. I try to just do it in strategic, the wider parts of your board or the wider parts of your design, that's where you want to put your glue. Don't try to put your glue in the skinny parts. And you don't feel like you have to glue every single part. I mean, you don't have to put glue all over it. A couple of places on it. There we go. He's my little fella. He's so cute. All right, now I'm going to put this down where I want to see his teeth, okay? As long as I can see his teeth, I feel like, okay, I'm good.
And it's amazing how fun it is just gluing the pieces down.
Yeah.
Then it reminds you of like Vacation Bible School
Yes,
and
we
stuff.
went to Vacation Bible School all those years. I don't remember. I just remember gluing all kinds of stuff. I remember doing a lot of coloring and gluing, getting yelled at by the teacher because we were being bad. But,
Y'all were always bad.
No, we
Mary's
weren't
group, she always had the liveliest group. I was younger,
Yeah.
so I was with the good kids. But
y'all-
they always had all kinds of fun in their group because they were
The
loud.
way it was, my grandparents had a lot of grandkids, and
A lot.
And so at the church, if you thought, if the workers or the people there that were chaperoning us, if they felt like we were getting a little out of bounds or out of control, they would never threaten to tell our parents. That they never did that. They would say, "I'm gonna go get your granny," and we'd be like,
No.
"No, y'all, my granny loved us like you can't even imagine." But
She did. They took their church in
But
seriously.
she did not play.
All them grandchildren they had
Yeah.
to, be strict.
She really just, like you could go outside and play in the yard and all that, but when you went to church, you best be on your P's and Q's. And she was not above taking care of business, if you know what I mean.
I'll never forget I got in trouble one time in church. This little girl beside me, of course, she was doing all the talking, y'all. I wasn't doing no talking.
Yeah.
I knew better. My parents they just weren't playing.
No.
I tell you, we didn't act up too much in church. And then I kind of fell in puppy love with this guy as when we were teenagers, and we would pass notes. Now, why in the world we're sitting together in church? Why would we pass notes? We're sitting right there.
Because you're kids.
Right. It was a lot of fun, though.
It's a lot of fun. And so I just, when they said, "Do you want us to go get your granny?" We'd be like, "We'll be good.
Not really.
We'll be good. We'll be good. We'll be good.
Not really.
We'll be so good, I promise."
And we used to love going to church because in our class we always had donuts.
Oh, yeah, donuts.
Mom would be like, "Okay, get in the car to go to church." Okay. And we'd already had breakfast, so why
So
it was
we
so
still needed
exciting to get
donuts.
donuts? I don't know.
Because y'all could tell we were starving. Ain't none of us looked like we were too hungry.
Nope.
Okay, I just put a little bit of stuff on there because I felt like this guy, he's supposed to be a mummy. He didn't have
Steady.
much going for him. So you have to do a little decoration on him. So when somebody, my previous hairdresser used to tell me, you got to give him something to look at.
Give them something to look at.
And that was her way of saying, a little bit of color, a good haircut will take you
And
a long
look
way.
at the difference, y'all.
Yeah.
Look at the difference in these two.
Mm-hmm. I wish I had that other one. I'm gonna take a picture of it. I'm gonna put that on our website. I'll put it on Facebook, y'all. I'm gonna just, this is really too wet, but I want to do it for purposes of this video and get it done. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gluing this down and this thing is wet, but that's all right. We're doing what we have to do.
Hi, Debbie C. How are you today?
Y'all better be good if y'all going to Sunday school and stuff. That's the way they would tell us when we get out at the parking lot at church. If y'all don't behave, you know what's going to happen. We were like, we'll be good.
I'll never forget that time, and I can't remember who it was, but there was some parents in church that had taken their kid out, I guess to give them a whooping outside. You could hear that kid like 5 miles down the road. I don't know what they were doing, but Lord, they got in trouble that day. Why in the world I still remember that? Who knows?
They always used to get the kids and take them to the bathroom, and the kid would be getting drugged out of church.
Screaming,
I don't need to go to the bathroom, Mama. I'll be good.
I don't want to go to the bathroom.
Too bad. Y'all, that's back in the
Hi,
day
Angela.
when the parents did not play.
Nope, especially in church.
Yep.
They might play other places, but they weren't playing in church.
None of that silly business, and we would laugh. We'd laughing as long as we wasn't the one going to the
Right.
bathroom, y'all.
We were especially laughing if we knew who was going to the bathroom.
And it wasn't us.
And it wasn't us.
There you go.
Parents didn't have a lot of energy for shenanigans back then.
No. Get you a whop upside the head or two. Do you remember they used to say, I'll give you a knuckle sandwich? That's what this is. And we'd be laughing. We were like, whatever.
And like the parents around, I mean, they might bang you on the head a little bit too if you were acting up.
Yeah, whether it was your parents or not, it didn't matter.
Back then, anybody had the ability to sure. Look at he jumped.
Now, you don't have to do this. I'm doing it because I want to hold this thing up and show y'all. Okay? But you don't have to do this part. I'm just kind of, I know that this blue on here is probably still pretty fresh. And again, I'm not putting a lot on there.
Hi, Sarah.
I'm doing enough that when I hold this thing up to show y'all, and I show you how to put the rope in here, that my project's not going to go flying off the board. Ooh, Lord. Got a little crazy with that one. Okay, let's go from there, from there. Okay, I think I got enough. Y'all get the idea. Alright, so when you're on a blank, you get this, just a sisal rope, and it's 1/4 inch. It'll be pre-cut, and I'll show you what we do. So I put this up under here, because when you get the rope, it's going to be just like this. It's just a piece of rope. It's not tied, because you don't want to do this until after your project is finished, right? So here's what I do. Let me go ahead and cut this. Let me find a pair of scissors. It works better if I can work with it a little bit. So I think it's about right. Got something like this. Okay. I'll pull this off over here just so I can work with it a little bit. Do what?
The birthday girl said, Christy called me one day and asked me what to do when she got her kid in the bathroom. I guess Christy never had to go to the bathroom in church for being bad.
Hey, as parents, you know, we've all been there.
Hi, Teresa.
You do anything you can to make your kid, as they used to say, act right. Y'all better act right. Or as my mom, y'all, this is no kidding. My mom would get out at the store, and she would yell at us as soon as we get out, y'all better act like you got home training. But we'll be like, but we don't got no home training.
Like halfway to church, we would constantly hear, and y'all better be good, and y'all better not do this. I'm like, I don't think.
Okay, yeah.
And then we would get to church, and we'd be like, bringing in the sheaves, and everybody was so happy and stuff. And I was thinking, man, on the way to church sure is different from when you get there.
Hey, God bless our parents. They were doing the best they could.
They
were
sure
trying to
was.
make sure we were behaved.
And that
Okay.
with 4 girls, that was a
we were
full-time
not
job,
always good.
especially with a couple of them.
So what I do is I take a little bit of this glue. After I've tied my knot, I bring this up here and I tie the knot. And I put a little bit of glue on the end because I don't want that rope to fray. Okay. I also put a little bit of glue right in this knot. So then I know my knot is not going to come undone. Right? So let me show you over here. Put a little bit of glue. Not a lot. You don't want a lot. So that's going to keep your rope from fraying. And then put a little bit of glue just kind of right in the middle of that knot, because that'll keep your knot from coming undone. I hate to say it, but as I've gotten older, I don't have as much hand strength. So I'm not sure my knots are as tight as they would have been if I would have been doing this 10 years ago.
We're getting older.
Or if Bruce would do it. He ties knots so tight there's no way you can get them out.
Right.
It's like, you know, so. Okay. Now, I wish we had the other one, but we don't. But I'm going to hold this up, and I'm going to hold up the picture, too.
Hi, Cheryl.
So this is our newer one. This is the one I just did today, and I put a little bit more, what I call shuck and jive on it, okay? A little bit more decoration, a little bit more color, and this is what I did the first time I did it, okay? Which I didn't do any of that. So any blank that we sell, we're going to do this tutorial just like what I did tonight. We'll come on and we'll just give you, you know, example of what we do. Doesn't matter, yours does not have to look like this. You can do whatever you want. But this would be a good point to work from. Like if you come to the paint party on this one, this will be how I teach it, basically. Okay? And then, of course, we let folks do whatever they want.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So thanks for hanging out with us. This is our Candy Crew Halloween indoor design. It's 20 inches wide. And the blank comes with the rope, and the blank sells for 25 bucks. Or you can come to the party for 49, I think. Yeah, 49. So, y'all take care. Once again, tell Connie a great big thank you, Connie, for always doing my video cameraing stuff. Y'all, it's a lot better when she's here. And I hope y'all have a good evening.
And happy birthday, Miss Debbie.
Happy birthday, Debbie. We love you. Y'all have a good one.
Bye-bye, y'all.